How to break the victim mindset to find your authentic self. Hey everyone, I am Coach Wolverine, the owner and the creator of the Wolverine Lifestyle and co-host to the channel, A Conversation Over Drinks. Before I get into the answer to that question, I'm going to need you to hit that subscribe button because that is the only way that my channel is going to grow, and your support is beyond words of appreciated. Okay, back to regular paid programming. So how to break the victim mindset to find your authentic self. First off, there's two questions you got to follow up yourself with. Does this thought serve me? When we're in a situation and we begin to feel that rumbling, like we want to blame somebody else for how we feel or a circumstance that happened or anything like that. I'm this way because this happened. We ask ourselves, does this thought serve me? No. No, it doesn't. We know the answer that it doesn't, because if the thought served us, we wouldn't have to ask ourselves this question. Okay? So, question number one, wham bam, thank you ma'am, it's done. We know this thought doesn't serve us. The second question we ask ourselves is this belief rooted in love, or is this belief rooted in fear? Now, much like the other question, if we're asking ourselves this question, it's probably fear. Because if it was rooted in love, we wouldn't feel any yuck going on here. Okay? We tend to ignore the types of yucks and the feelings that we got going on. We need to start trusting ourselves, trusting our intuition, trusting who we are. Okay? It's okay. Now we know that this is out of fear. Okay, what are we afraid of? So that's when we start getting down to the core root beliefs. Now, maybe like myself, these might ring a bell. Maybe you're dealing with a feeling of inadequacy, or maybe that you deal with a feeling of abandonment. Maybe you deal with scarcity. Right? Those are the three big ones. Those are ones that I myself have had to work through all of my life. Maybe they resonate with you. If so, hey, great, you're in the right place. If not, maybe you'll get to learn. Here is the secret. The secret's simply, it's very easy. It's almost so easy that nobody likes to do it because it's tedious. We break the cycle of our thought patterns and inject it with a thought that we want. That's it. That is literally it. But so many of us out there, including myself, I'll be the first to admit, I make this so much harder than it needs to be, because it really is that simple. But it's tedious because we have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again until one day we actually forget that we had to not interject that thought that day, and then we realize, wow, that actually stuck. Okay, kind of like in one of my previous videos I shared about the new mindset of can't change it, which I'll link up in the top here. I like to look at this as our brain, big telephone operator board with all of these cords and stuff like that, right? You would call the operator back in X amount of years ago, 50, 60 years ago, however much, I'm not sure now. But you call the operator and they'd patch you in. You want to go there? Chick, chick. There you go. That is how the brain works too. Through the process of neuroplasticity, we rewire our brain to what we want. The issue is we have a lifetime of beliefs and what we perceive to be as supporting factors to solidify whatever narrative we're telling ourselves. So it's retraining our mind to tell ourselves a different story, to change the identity that we're holding on to. So we have a thought that doesn't serve us, okay? It's based out of fear. We know that we don't like this because we are now pointing blame outside of ourselves. So we're like, okay, this is our thought. What thought do I want to put in there? This thought. And just like breaking a habit of cracking your knuckles or trying to quit smoking or anything like that, you interject the new habit over and over and over again until you no longer have to, because the new habit is a new habit. And it's as simple as that. But simple doesn't always mean easy. But I promise you, if you stick to that, if you hold on to whatever it is you want to tell yourself, call it an affirmation, if you will. I know a lot of people like that, the I am this, great. If it's something that you can get behind and believe in, do that. But it is literally that simple, is break the thought cycle, break that pattern, put in the pattern that you want. And one day, you will feel that inner freedom and you will feel authentically you. That is it for today, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe is the only way that my channel is going to grow and for my content like this to get out to the world and hopefully make some days brighter. Until next time, take care.